I'm Bridget Hughes, the housing manager at Bay Area Turning Point. Today, I would like to discuss the domestic violence movement in Texas and a few of its key players. We'll start with Martha McWhirter, who in 1875 opened the first domestic violence shelter in Belton, Texas. She was the leader of the Sanctified Sisters who believed women needed to become financially independent from their husbands. This group of women began working odd jobs and were able to rely less on their emotionally and at times physically abusive and controlling husbands. Martha witnessed the members of the group experiencing the abuse and opened up a shelter to safely house those women and their children. During this same time, the Women's Christian Temperance Union was founded in Cleveland, Ohio. It was among the first organizations of women devoted to social reform. Activists such as Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Stanton were both supporters of the Women's Christian Temperance Union and fought for women's rights to vote, believing it will help to lower the degree and prevalence of abuse. During her speech in San Francisco in 1871, Susan B. Anthony stated, "Woman must not depend upon the protection of man, but must be taught to protect herself." These two monumental movements eventually led to the incorporation of Texas Council of Family Violence, or TCFV, in 1978. 9 representatives from local domestic violence shelters convened to form a statewide organization that provided a unified presence for domestic violence survivors and service providers. The group was led by Debbie Tucker from Austin, Texas, and members included Catherine Chambers from Corpus Christi, Jane White from Dallas, Texas, Muffy Tatum from Denton, Lynn Bensley of Fort Worth, Ruth Weingarten from San Antonio, Mert Taylor from Waco, and Toby Myers from Houston. Toby Myers, who was a survivor of family violence and advocate with the Houston Area Women's Center, served as the first TCFV board representative. From the beginning, TCFV plans to approach the Texas legislature to ask for law changes and gain financial support for prevention and intervention. The first TCFV office was opened in 1982 with a grant from the Levi Strauss Foundation, which was matched with donations from the House Foundation and the Troll Foundation. Funding was also supported by membership dues from family violence providers, community partners, and individual members who believed in TCFV mission. Since its formation, TCFV has worked alongside state senators to establish funding through Texas Department of Human Services, starting with 9 agencies to now providing millions of dollars to support DV programs across Texas. TCFV has also worked to push for criminal sanctions, making violating a protective order a Class A misdemeanor. In 1996, TCFV reestablished the National Domestic Violence Hotline after the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence ran out of funding. TCFV remains a leader in the movement and continues to do the work for DV survivors and service providers. Work in the movement eventually led another set of volunteers, mostly women, to start up services for domestic violence victims in the Clear Lake area, which is our own Bay Area Turning Point, that has grown in services and locations. We will continue to work hard in this movement to end domestic violence. Thank you.